Time now to answer some of those legal questions you've been sending in and return to attorney Casey Garrett, who is in for Chris Tritico this morning. Good morning, Casey.
Good morning, Jose.
Now, we are beginning with someone who is anonymous, who writes, I just turned 67 and would like to retire. Do I need to give notice to, or can I just go to work and inform my supervisor that I will be retiring the next day? Also, can the company find a reason to fire me before or upon my retirement date? If I should get terminated before I retire, would I be able to receive retirement benefits? My position is an at-will job.
Okay, good question. I'll start with the notice. I'm a firm believer in giving your employer proper notice, a 2-week notice that you're leaving. It's better for you. You can close out your projects. You can help train the next person. It's better for your coworkers. It's just the right thing to do. So I always recommend anybody that might ask to give proper notice to an employer. As far as being an at-will employee, yes, your employer can fire you for pretty much any reason at any time. I don't think that's going to affect your retirement benefits, but if you think it might, that's certainly something to discuss with your employer. But give the proper notice and you should be just fine. Good luck.
Our next question also comes from an anonymous writer who says, when you want to buy a vehicle, go to the dealership with financing in place and tell them you do not want them to run your credit score, and they run it anyway without telling you. Is there any recourse? I brought this up to my salesperson, and he said that they do that to make sure that you are a good person. I have bought numerous vehicles over the years and never had this issue. I have good credit, but this type of inquiry will put a dent in your credit history for about 6 months. I really do think that's right.
That's exactly right. It's ridiculous for somebody to say that they can run your credit to determine whether or not you're a good person. They can't do that. That's private information. Most entities that have access to your credit have to get your permission. There's just a few that can do it without, and those are banks and lending agencies and that type of thing when you're seeking a loan. But if you had your financing in place, there's no reason for them to do that. And so that is wrong. As far as your recourse, I think really your best thing to do would be to file a complaint with the credit agencies and see what they'll do about it, because that wasn't right.
Our final question comes from Brittany, who writes, my son's father asked me if I was planning on working. If not, he said he was going to file my son as his dependent. He was talking about getting a lawyer. He has not been around since my son was born. He just started doing things with him. I don't want him to file my son as his dependent. I told him if he filed, he would have to give me what I get for him, which is almost $3,000. Can I ask for that if he files? He does not pay child support. Do you think they will just send that money over?
Okay, the first thing is filing a child as a dependent. He cannot do that. A child has to be a qualifying dependent for somebody to claim them on their taxes. A qualifying dependent is the parent who the child lives with the most. And obviously, based on your question, the child lives with you. So he cannot claim him as a dependent. The second thing is it sounds like you don't have a custody or child support order in place. And that is paramount. You need to get that done. I would call the Attorney General's office, Child Support Division, and get some guidance from them about how to do that. But without a proper child support order in place, it's going to be a lot harder to get back child support or the child support that you're just due. That's something you really need to take care of. And I would start at the AG's, the Attorney General's office. Good luck.
Good responses. Thank you, Casey. Now, if you'd like to send us your legal questions, just go to our website, fox26houston.com. You can find all of the legal segments under the Morning News tab. And as always, for any specific information and advice, you should contact an attorney of your choice.